do about it.
Flyers?
Yeah. Just for Patreons. Just for Patreons. Hey, I think I'm on. Where am I'm not even in the frame. Oh, it's delayed. That's why. Hey guys. Doing this on the fly is a disaster. But let me say a few things. I don't know if this is gonna. This will not be the final version of this. I have to work on it and refine it, but we're trying some different hardware and all that stuff. So, welcome to Cooking with Rackets. There's the camera I'm looking at. So you notice I'm up here, and this one points down at the pan and the stuff. So I'm not going to be able to follow chat as much. And in future ones, I think I found out that I'll have, I'll probably have the $20 patrons, new project, 2 people, the directors, in a live chat while I do this, if they want to do that. So that should be fun. And oh, don't do any super chats. I tried to disable them for the stream and I can't. So don't do that. Because that's not what this stream's for. The stream's just for you guys. So don't do anything like that. Plus, it's hard for me to see from where I am. We're going to be focusing on the cooking. Do the cooking. So anyway, so what we're going to make today is we've got these boneless beef short ribs. And we've got some jasmine rice. And I'm going to we're going to make the jasmine rice with garlic and sage. And so to do that, it's pretty simple. This is 2 cups of rice measured out. Oh, look at the shadowing. It's great. Top quality production. 2 cups of rice. You need 3 cups of water. To do this in a pressure cooker. I've got a pressure cooker over here that I'm going to do. I can't really show you very easily. So you'll just have to trust me. It's in a pressure cooker. This is really hard to do. What I do is I pour in water, then rice, then I'm going to pour in more water, another cup, because who makes a 3-cup measuring cup? Nobody. And then you got to get a stupid thing and stir it around. There we go. One of these guys. This is pretty simple. You add some, this is rubbed sage, so it's a little excited. You just take some of this. You can get a good amount in your hand here. I think you can probably see that. Don't eat this like it's ghost pepper. Pour that in the water, kind of spread it around. And then same thing with the garlic. This just infuses the rice with a little bit of flavor. If you like plain rice, don't do this. This is just some garlic powder. Same thing. About that much. Some. It's a very precise measurement. Might want to give that one more stir, but it doesn't really matter because as the water steams up in the pressure cooker, the seasoning is going to sink right onto the rice anyway. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can do this in a pot the exact same way. Not rocket science-y. This beeping is a pressure cooker. You only need 4 minutes of actual pressure cooking. And then that's it. Started. Yeah. Find out in a second. Next thing you want to do. Oh, yeah, there it goes. It's on now. So you got to. This is cast iron. If you're going to do this recipe, you only do cast iron. Doesn't work on a grill because if you pour whiskey on your grill, you'll burn your face off. But so with cast iron, you got to get it heated up pretty quick. So turn it on high. If you're cooking on less than high, you must be a Democrat. It's a joke. All right. Now while that's going, season your meat. I am going to use, I've got this coarse sea salt by Morton. They're not a sponsor of this show either. They're actually terrible people, the Morton family. They should relinquish their salt empire. I'm making that up. I have no information about the Morton family or their connections to Jeffrey Epstein. So you just kind of liberally sprinkle salt all over it. And once it goes in the pan, we're going to actually season more of it. But just get your one side going for now. And I mean, these are thick pieces of meat with a lot of surface area, so you can add a lot of salt. It'll be okay. Especially because I really only season like 2 sides. You could season all 4, but then you'd probably die. Not recommended. Where is my pepper? Here it is. It's beef, cracked pepper, freshly cracked pepper. Grind all over it like a hoe at a club. Wait, what? So so anyway, you just put a bunch of pepper on this. That's how it goes. It's really easy. Oh, and the reason you start preheating your cast iron early is because cast iron doesn't heat evenly. Because it's iron, which is both effective and defective as a metal. And I will be using the Glenlivet Nadura. This is way too expensive of a whiskey to cook with, but it's the darkest whiskey that I have right now. So I'm cooking with it. I prefer a dark, nice, meaty whiskey for it. That's me. You can use whatever whiskey you want. You use Jack Daniels if you're a degenerate like Ty. Oh, hi, Ty. Is he watching? I don't know. He might be. So, pretty simple. This is going to heat up. What is this? You're not following directions. What are you doing? Let me get you a charger. It is literally impossible to do anything without a baby Rackets needing something. So 1 second. Hey, Ian, help this girl get a charger plugged in. Rosie, hey. Okay. So anyway. Yeah, so we've got this going. I'm going to use grapeseed oil, not to be confused with rapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil has a high smoke point. Olive oil in a cast iron pan on high will burn very quickly. Don't do that. Not good for you. Where are my tongs? I don't know where anything is in my own house. Use metal tongs, not these silicone ones, because the metal ones actually grab meat better, but mine were stolen. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so this pan is starting to smoke, which is perfect. That's what you want. Now you just dump in a glug of oil. Oh, you may want to get a... you may want to have an oven mitt, because cast iron gets really hot. And the handle gets hot too. So you want a good amount of oil in there. The oil is smoking. Everything's ready. Very simple. Grab meat. Hear the sizzle? The sizzle is what you want. So if your store doesn't have boneless ribs, you can get them on the bone and cut them off. It's a neat technique. But you just take a knife and cut them off. Just add some salt to the other side. A little salt in the pan never hurt anybody either. Oh, and there's going to be spattery grease everywhere. So get used to your forearm getting little burns all over it. That's how this life works. Same thing with the pepper. Spattery grease is great. It's burning my hands right now. Don't go easy on the pepper. Why is my chat broken? The chat on my phone is broken, but the chat on the computer works just fine. Of course, I can't read the chat on the computer. There it is. We got it fixed. Someone's mocking me for my shirt choice with grease flying all over the place. Not because my shirt is pale. My shirt is tan. Leave it alone. Anyway. The meat starts curling up and falling over. That's fine. You want to keep it up as much as you can at first because you want the caramelization on each side. This is four-sided cooking, like four-dimensional chess. You want to get the Maillard reaction. Ooh, look, I'm a cooking channel now. You want to get the Maillard reaction on the meat. That's the browning. That's caramelization of the sugars and proteins on the surface of the meat, and that's what makes it taste like magic. So as it starts to do that, see, we got this Maillard reaction here. Flip it over, turn it on its side. It doesn't matter. Like I said, you're cooking all the sides. All the sides are getting cooked. Pressure cooker hasn't even reached pressure yet. But once it does, it's only 4 minutes, so it's not a big deal. This is it. This is all you have to do. Once you put the salt and the pepper on, you just add heat. Beef is easy. Chicken is harder. That's a Hamilton reference for you. Tenderize the meat with your fist. The whiskey comes in at the end. I guess I can get that ready. Get yourself a little pointless cup like this. See how it's tiny? No one would use a cup this small. And you're going to add a significant amount of whiskey to it. How am I getting a phone call? About this much. It's like 2-3 ounces of whiskey, probably. Maybe 4. All right, we got to check that Maillard reaction's going well on the other sides here. Great. These are nice, fatty pieces of meat. Rib meat on beef is good. You don't need to worry about it not being tender. It'll be tender. It's also, they're thick, but since they basically end up in cubes, it's still going to be tender. Flip them on the side. After this side is done cooking, we'll flip them. Cook them for like 1 more minute and then throw the whiskey in and we're going to roll it around in there. It's going to be great. And then I'm going to do it with 4 more of them. There's 3 minutes left on the rice. Drink some whiskey. No, I've got to drive. That's why I'm not drinking right now. I have to drive, so I'm not going to do that. But thank you for the suggestion. Very, very kind of you. Man, is that sizzle just super loud? It seems super loud. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Sweet tea on the meat would be disgusting. Well, it's loud here too. As long as you can hear me, I guess that's what matters. All right. Get this last side cooking. So remember how I was saying this Maillard reaction makes the meat taste good? That's the cool thing about these short ribs. You get 4 sides of Maillard reaction. Normally on a steak you get 2 sides and it's spread out over a big thing. But this, every single bite is going to have 4 sides of 6 with that reaction on it. And it's delicious. The meat is the star of the show. We'll have to do a perfection stream with the meat. So, how'd you manage to get your owner killed? Ever think about that? It's my show. Don't forget the bay leaves. I actually have a bunch of bay leaves in the fridge. Alright, I'm going to get my glove on because we're about to add the whiskey. Should I flambe? I don't actually usually flambe, but it might be funny with the camera being right above it. Let's do that. Do we have a... Where's the lighter? Is that here? I thought they were up here. Not up there.
That's the drawers next, yeah.
Nope. Where's our torch? Oh, here's one. This works. You don't have to do this because the alcohol cooks off without the flambe, but we're going to do it anyway. So you just go ahead and pour that whiskey in there. Sayonara, camera. Aw.
Is that okay to do with the camera?
Oh, come on. Apparently, smoke alarms don't like it. So that's it. These are actually basically done. I'm just rolling them around in the liquor. And we'll get these on a plate. Because I'm going to do it again in just a second. We'll let these rest a second. I'll cut into them in just a minute. We'll let them rest over here. For now, all right, we'll get right back to it. When it's hot through the oven glove, you know you're cooking with gas. It's the same exact story here. Smoke alarm, it's not for you, it's for the fans. That's a good pun. That's funny. Okay, so if you don't know how pressure cookers work, by the way, the pressure cooker is done with the rice, and you can either manually release the pressure or you can let it naturally dissipate. With rice, I recommend letting it naturally dissipate. It allows the rice more time to absorb more of the liquid and make sure you don't have any soggy mess. So, there you go. The pro tips are flying all over the place here. Oh, and hot snage, to answer your text from earlier, yeah, that's fine. Audio's going out? Shouldn't be. Maybe I'm not projecting towards the mic enough. Sorry. I'll do better. Getting hot. It's almost ready. All right, the oil is, I think you can probably see it, maybe. It's just starting to smoke, and that's where you want to be. Oh, the Maillard reaction. Is it Maillard? I hope it's Maillard, or else I'll really sound stupid, but that's fine. The Maillard reaction actually happens in two places. It happens on the meat, but it also happens in the pan. And that's the reason for the whiskey. Because the whiskey deglazes the pan and puts all of that into a sauce that coats the meat. It takes that caramelization that gets stuck to the metal and it lets it go right back on the meat. So another reason for the whiskey. So again, healthy amount of salt. You can't. It's possible to oversalt this. You would have to try. Same with peppers. And if you use I've got a pepper blend right here. You got different colors of peppercorn in there. I prefer just black pepper, but they were out of it. That's what I got. The blend works, but really it's the black pepper that flavors beef the best. So the white pepper and the red peppers and the little green mutant peppers, those don't matter so much. Well, let's get rid of this nasty cutting board. Next pro tip, clean up as you go. What kind of summer sausage is that?
Good stuff.
Good stuff?
I don't know. Something with peppers and...
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like there's peppers in it.
Pepper jack tangy.
Pepper jack tangy? Let's see. What's a tangy? You want to try some beef?
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Get your serrated knife for cutting meat. Get your beef. We're going to check how I did on the doneness. Okay, so the doneness is just a little bit above medium rare. It's, we'll see how it is. I'm going to cut this in half. It's squishy, but it's crispy on the outside. Yeah. There you go. See how good it tastes? It's delicious. Flipping over these beefs. You want more? Yeah. Can you guys see this? You guys can, yeah. This is a, again, this is a spongy, fatty, delicious meat. I'll cut this whole one up for you. How's that? You like some rice?
Yeah.
Typically, depressurization takes like 10 minutes. I'm going to check it. Well, wasn't quite done, but it was close. You have an Instant Pot. Don't get the one I got because it has flowers on it and that's lame. Get the one that's metal and looks like a man uses it. Even if you're a woman. Now you can have your pudding. Rice palette. It's the rice paddle, I guess. You gotta kind of mix up the rice because the sage and garlic will get pooled up in one area. Here, lady. Oh, here, I gotta show them the rice. I didn't think we had paper plates, but we do. So here's rice. It looks like rice. I don't know. It's delicious. That's it. Rice and beef, y'all. You can add stuff like
vegetables.
I was about to talk about that. I was gonna say one thing you could do is add like spinach or greens to this by just putting spinach or greens, on your plate and eating them. What I like to do is put the beef over the spinach or greens because then all that juice kind of soggies up the greens and gets all over it and it's salty and it's yummy. I feel like it takes some of the health out of it.
It's like add gravy. It's big gravy.
Yeah. I feel like that takes the health out of things too. Make some gravy. I don't want to make gravy. I mean, I could. I don't have any beef stock handy. Yeah, that stuff in the fridge is old. Would not want to use that. Da, 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 da. Miss me with that healthy food. Exactly. Exactly. Snaj, I do not buy Milo's. I do not buy Walmart out of Milo's. I only buy like 10 to 12 at a time. I don't want a real pressure cooker that isn't electric. Do you know, I have limited real estate here. I know I don't need beef stock, it's just better. These are about ready for their liquor. Oh, I need some cream. I bet we don't have any cream. Cream gravy is delicious. You do it with milk, but it's not the same. I'm not going to do the flambe on this one because I think my camera almost died. I'm gonna... Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Oh, that whiskey got eaten up by the pan this time. Because I have less meat in it. Yeah, I think we're already cooked out, so that's good. Just making sure. No, I'm not going to make a sauce. You know why? Because I don't want to make a sauce today. All right, these are done. Kill that heat. Set these aside to rest. And, ooh, it's hazy. Mmm. See. Oh, by the way, if you're going to pour water into a hot cast iron pan, use hot water. I should have said that before you guys all did it just now. But use hot water. That'll keep the pan from warping. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I could plate out my own plate here. Just a second. I'm still here, don't worry. I know you're worried. What? Okay. I'm plating mine out. Mine's the vegan version. Just a second. What is happening? What are you doing in here? You're thirsty?
Apple juice.
Yeah, just a second. Probably. What are you getting? You getting a straw? Okay. Here you go. There you go. All right, sorry about that. So here is the here's the plate. Is this focus in? Is it? Oh, it's all steamed up. Just a, just a second here. I gotta get the grease off it, and then I will fix it. Don't worry, I know it's blurry. There we go. That should be better. So here's the vegan plate, right? Because vegan means there's a vegetable on it. That's it. Oh, pro tip. This is actual pro tip. Only for the highest level. Give yourself 2 beef ribs. Don't just stop at 1. Cut up a second one and put that on your plate too. You earned it. You earned it. What is this? The Holodomor? You think you only get 1 beef rib? No. The Holodomor, you don't get any. Why would I cook spinach? I like fresh spinach. Keck, what is wrong with you? There. Now it's a more vegan plate. You can taste the whiskey on it. That's part of the trick too. Well, there you go, guys. Cooking with Rackets #1. A smashing somewhat success, somewhat failure. I don't know. Is this camera dirty too? Yeah, it is. Hold on, I'll get that fixed. It's a very spattery meal, so it gets messy. I don't get heat rash from the stove. The rice is under the spinach, just so you know. Shut your mouth. Well, Snodge, get over here. I'll give you some of the ribs. Oh, I don't want to put apple pie moonshine on beef ribs. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of sweet and salty combined. I thought you were going to drop a laptop off. How are you going to do that? Am I on Feet Wiki yet? I gotta be. Gotta be. I'm about to be. I see the toes. See the toes. But, yeah, well, there you go, guys. That's Cooking with Rackets #1. The next time I'll actually... the reason the layout is such a bootleg disaster is because I haven't... I just downloaded Streamlabs. I'm streaming this from my Surface tablet as opposed to from my giant laptop because I want to bring my Surface tablet to Bubba Fest, and I wanted to see if it would handle streaming if I don't use its native camera. And it seems to do pretty well. I've got the 1080p camera and, well, no, the 4K camera is the one looking at me, and the 1080p camera is the one looking down at the pan. So I'm running 2 cameras at high resolution and streaming it just fine. When I tried to stream with the tablet before, I was using the native camera and it does not do well. encoding the video on its own and then streaming it at the same time. But if it's streaming from the cameras that encode their own video, it seems to do okay. So that's good. Good to know. This is my test. But for the fans panel, I will be there. Good. Good. Well, I guess that's what I got, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I said, as we do more of these, I will invite the directors into a live chat so they can make fun of me while I'm cooking, and that'll be on the stream. I thought that would be fun, right? Maybe? I don't know. I hope that's something you guys want to see. I'll roast things and you can roast me. Seems only fair. So, all right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to close out this thing, and I got to eat this, and then I got to get ready to go to dinner. So we'll see how dinner goes with that. All right. You guys have a nice night, nice day, nice evening. I'll see you tonight on the show. Still figuring out the topics. I don't think it's going to be Vic related tonight because there's not really much. I'll go through a couple things, Vic stuff, but I think we're going to focus on something else. It might be another how to catch and convict a pedophile episode because I've got just a nasty, horrible one. And those are fun, right? Nasty, horrible streams talking about the worst people. And this one happens to be a Twitch streamer, or happened to have been a Twitch streamer. Pretty sure right now he's not in the best place for streaming. But that's where we are. So we might do that, might do something else, but I'll announce it on Twitter as soon as I figure it out. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. See you soon. Peace. Peace. Oh, I don't have a blank screen. That was bad. That was terrible. I didn't do it right.